battle. In this battle I'm commanding Egypt. You can see my army there. I've got 6 units of bowmen, 2 Pharaoh's bowmen, 4 Pharaoh's guard, some desert cavalry, some chariots, and I've also got this unit of chariot archers that I've just sent in here. My opponent, the Seleucid army's countered that with his 2 units of scythe chariots. He's also got 3 silver shield pikemen, 5 silver shield legionaries, some archers, some cataphracts, and he's also hiding these 3 units of cataphracts here, which during the battle I hadn't realised they were there. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but the Seleucids colour on the battle map, that light grey colour, sometimes on some terrains is hard to see unless it's moving, and an unfortunate cost for me later on, which you'll see. I didn't notice them, and I really wish I had them. As you can see here, I'm playing cat and mouse with my chariot archers. I'm just trying to draw his scythe chariots towards my units of chariots. You can see at the top of that hill there that I'm just sending down. And on this particular occasion, the cat caught the mouse. And there's my chariot archers routing his scythe chariots. I've caught them, killed some of them. As you can see, a second unit there probably would have cut them off anyway. But I decided to still send in my chariot. You never know, he might engage anyway. So this is them now. They've got the downhill charge bonus as well. It's 2 units of mine to 1 unit of his. So it's just a big nasty mess of chariots slicing and dicing each other out there. But ultimately I've got more chariots in there than him, and that shows by his unit routing, and also his other unit at the top of the picture there has run amok. That generally happens from exhaustion as well with the scythe chariots. So I'm just pulling my 2 units away now, as I can see from the top right there, 2 units of cataphracts coming in. And he's also sending in his archers behind them. So I'm going to just follow these units of scythe chariots that are running amok, just to show you the damage they did, how they helped me in this battle. Now they've run all the way back from where they started, back up the hill, slicing through his archers here, and although some of them do get back up, some of them actually are dead as well, so it adds to the casualties for me. As you can see, after finishing with the archers, they're still just randomly stampeding. They don't care where they go in, aims for the spears and then turns. And at the top of your screen you can notice I'm setting up my chariots to counter his cataphracts there. We're still going to follow these scythe chariots as they smash through a unit of his legionaries, his silver shield legionaries. You can see throwing bodies everywhere. And then they pull back. They've completely shattered his formation there. And they come back in between these 2 units, trim the end off the pair of them. So that was just from 1 unit of scythe chariots running amok. They completely messed with his formation. Couple of kills put in as well. So this is my chariots going to engage his cataphracts. Cataphracts were probably one of the best units of cavalry on the game because of their armor piercing mace. Ain't gonna stand up to no chariots, especially because I've got more units than him. The only thing I've got to watch out for is those archers that he's got there flying in, which will start killing my units. But as you can see there, I've got again the downhill charge bonus. I've routed his cataphracts, and then stampeding over the hill comes all my units of chariots straight for his archers. And as soon as they touch, it's one big mass rout. I'm just trying to rack up my kills there, just trying to stop them regrouping later on by completely killing as many as I can. But I'm also trying to make sure I don't go too close to his infantry here. You see I'm positioned up on the hill, and I've sent my 2 units of desert cavalry out onto this ledge. And if you look, you can just start to see coming from round the corner now, there they come, is his units of cataphracts, which I hadn't noticed. I was actually busy watching my chariots killing the archers, not paying attention, and I was made to pay for it. Beautiful ambush by my opponent. This, you can see he's hitting there. I still haven't noticed, as evidenced by my 1 unit still just stood there, just watching. see at the top of your screen, just there as my chariots turned and started coming over this way is when I noticed actually that my desert cavalry was engaged in battle. So you can imagine how surprised I was by turning my attention to that and seeing all those cataphracts. And my opponent, he's tried cutting me off there with some of his legionaries, but my chariots are too fast. But I'm not sure if my opponent was using his armor-piercing mace attack there. My cavalry seemed to stand for quite a long time, considering they were outnumbered. But I lost them anyway. I've had to deal with it, sending my chariots now just to try and rout these units of cataphracts. But now that downhill bonus for the charge that worked so well for me earlier is now against me. And you can see there it's paid. I've lost 3-4 units of my chariots. And I really need to finish with these cataphract units before his infantry arrives, because then I will definitely rout. And luckily for me, that happens a split second before his infantry arrives. All his cataphract units rout. As you can see there now, his legionaries are throwing their peeler at my chariot units. They're stuck up there. I've got some regrouped units by there that I'm just going to pull back. But now that I've taken out my opponent's cavalry and I've taken out his archers, I'm quite happy to go and attack him uphill now. See, that's what I'm doing there, just at the top of your picture. You can see I'm just moving my whole army now down the hill. I was actually trying to cut off his legionaries here, just to try and stop him forming back up. I'd rather fight 2 small armies than one big army. See, they're going to form up, so I want to try and catch them before they get up onto the high ground, before they get with those silver shield pikemen. So I've started running my men downhill. I'm sort of hoping he sees and he's decided he wants to fight and brings them towards me, which luckily he does. As you can see here now, he's decided that he's going to engage my 4 units with his legionaries because he has more units. But again, he's charging uphill towards a much bigger force. I've left my archers on fire at will mode here, so whichever unit's furthest out in front is going to have the full concentrated effect of 8 units firing straight onto it. You see that started already now. It's adding to the casualties, but more so it adds to the morale of the units. They can see it's a much bigger enemy force. They're under fire already. They're charging uphill. And as you can see there at the top, 1 unit's routed alone before even coming into any contact. Just the thought of engaging scared it off. The units that haven't routed now, they're engaged with my Pharaoh's Guard. I've also got those units of regrouped chariots that I'm going to use on a hammer and anvil tactic now. But I've also pulled my archers off to each flank just to fire into the flanks of those engaged legionaries. As you can see, they didn't last long. They're tired. Their morale's pretty low. And that's a much better idea of how spread out I had my archers there while in that little melee, just to kill more effective, fire into the flanks through the armour that the legionaries carry. So this is all my opponent's left with now, is these 3 units, and he decides he's going to make a triangle shape. Spears out just to try and stop me penetrating. I've got infantry. I'm more than happy to just surround him with my infantry, let my archers fire in, kill as many as they can firing into the rears, and then engage with my infantry to finish it off, which is what I'm actually here. You can see the arrows coming in. My opponent recognises what I'm doing here and knows I'm going to just shoot him and wait until I'm out of ammo before I actually engage him. He doesn't want to wait, so he breaks from his formation and engages me. But ultimately I've got much more units. I've got archers firing down. Adds to the casualties, also adds to the morale of the units.
Is there any point in killing him?
And you see that's his general unit routed now. He's completely surrounded everywhere he runs, affected the morale of his whole unit, and that's the victory for me. Thanks for watching, guys.